Rain lashed against the cafe windows like desperate fingers trying to get in. Lina wiped her chapped hands on her apron, threadbare at the edges, just like her patients after a 12-hour shift. The smell of burnt coffee grounds and wet cardboard clung to the air, a scent as familiar as the ache in her lower back. Table 4 was occupied again. The old man sat perfectly still, his tailored overcoat dripping onto the cracked linoleum. Mr. Kavanagh, she'd learned his name from the credit card he never bothered to hide. 60 if he was a day, with silver hair sharp enough to cut glass and eyes that tracked her like a security camera. 3 Thursdays straight, he'd ordered black coffee, left a $100 tip, and said exactly nothing. Today was different. Lina nearly dropped the pot when she saw the envelope. Cream-colored stationery, thick enough to be expensive, placed deliberately in the center of his usual table. Her name, Ms. Lina Torres *, inked in precise cursive across the front. "Open it," he said. His voice was smoother than she expected, like cognac poured over ice. The first page was a hospital bill. Mount Sinai Medical Center. Balance, $287 650.33 Her mother's name glared up at her in bold type. The second page was a receipt. Paid in full. Lina's throat closed. She'd known the numbers by heart, every late-night shift, every skipped meal, every time she'd sewn the soles of her shoes back together instead of replacing them. None of it had made a dent. The third item slid onto the table with a soft click star. A platinum band, its diamond catching the fluorescent light like a wink. "Marry me tomorrow," Mr. Kavanagh said, "or I cancel the payment." A laugh bubbled up in Lina's chest, hysterical, disbelieving. "This is a joke." He didn't blink. "I require a wife for 12 months. Appearance at social functions. Basic companionship. In return, your mother gets the best oncologists in the world." A pause. "And you never wait tables again." Outside, a car horn blared. Someone shouted in the street. The cafe's neon open sign flickered, casting his face in intermittent red. Lina realized 2 things at once. 1. He wasn't joking. 2. She was already reaching for the ring. The courthouse smelled of lemon disinfectant and old regrets. Lina stood stiffly in a borrowed ivory dress, one size too large, the lace scratching her collarbones. Beside her, Kavanagh adjusted his cufflinks with the same indifference one might show to a business meeting. The only sign this was unusual, the way his lawyer kept glancing at his watch. "Sign here, Ms. Torres." The lawyer slid a document across the table. "And here. Initial here." The prenup was thicker than her mother's medical file. Clause 4.2 jumped out. Spouse shall not inquire about Mr. Kavanagh's prior marriages. Lina's pen hovered. "How many have there been?" Kavanagh didn't look up from his phone. "Enough to know you'll last longer if you don't ask." A flashbulb popped outside. Through the blinds, Lina saw reporters clustered on the steps. Old money marries mystery girl. A headline-ready voice shouted. The judge cleared his throat. When Kavanagh took her hand to slide on the ring, his skin was shockingly warm. The diamond, a grotesque teardrop, weighed her finger down like an anchor. "Look at me when you say I do," he murmured. She forced her chin up. His pupils were black holes, sucking in every flicker of her hesitation. The vows took 90 seconds. His penthouse was a museum of things Lina couldn't touch. Crystal figurines. Oil paintings of strangers. A grandfather clock that didn't tick so much as Judge Star. "Your room is there." Kavanagh nodded to a door. "Mine is at the end of the hall. You'll find clothes in the closet. Wear the blue dress on Friday." Lina gripped her suitcase. "What's Friday?" "A dinner with the Van der Bilts. They'll ask how we met. You'll smile and say *a charity auction.'" He loosened his tie. "And for God's sake, stop looking at me like I kicked your dog." She should have stayed silent. But exhaustion made her reckless. "Why me? You could have hired an actress." Kavanagh paused. For the first time, she saw something flicker behind his eyes, not kindness, but something equally dangerous. Interest. Because actresses, he said softly, don't know what it's like to choose between hunger and rent. He stepped closer, close enough that she caught his cologne, sandalwood and something metallic. And I need someone who understands the cost of things. A key turned in the front door. Ah! Kavanagh straightened. Your first lesson. The woman who entered was all sharp angles and sharper perfume. Darling, she purred, eyeing Lina like a stain. You didn't tell me she'd be so young. Kavanagh's smile was a knife. Eleanor, meet your replacement. The penthouse air turned to ice the moment Eleanor crossed the threshold. Lina instinctively stepped back, her shoulder blades pressing against a glass display case of antique pistols. Eleanor's gaze flicked over her, lingering on the too large dress, the nervous tremor in Lina's fingers, before curling her lip. Charming, she drawled, plucking a champagne flute from the bar without invitation. Though I'd have thought you'd aim higher than a, what are you, dear? Waitress. Student. Kavanagh didn't intervene. He merely leaned against the grand piano, watching them like a man enjoying a private joke. Lina straightened. Wife, she said, louder than she'd intended. The word tasted foreign, but the way Eleanor's manicured fingers tightened around her glass made it worth it. Kavanagh's eyebrow twitched, the closest he'd come to approval. Eleanor left an hour later, but not before accidentally spilling Merlot down Lina's sleeve. Clumsy me, she'd sighed, though her eyes glittered with malice. Alone again, Kavanagh tossed Lina a silk scarf. Wipe that off before it stains. Lina caught it, the fabric slithering through her fingers like liquid. Who was she, really? My third wife. He poured himself a drink, the crystal decanter clinking. Lasted 8 months. A record. The casual admission sent a chill down Lina's spine. What happened to the first 2? Kavanagh swirled his scotch. The first ran. The second tried to blackmail me. He took a slow sip. Eleanor was smarter. She took the payout and stayed on as a consultant. Lina's stomach twisted. And now she's here to, what? Scare me. No. He set the glass down with a soft click star. She's here to remind you what happens if you forget your place. That night, Lina lay awake in her ridiculously opulent bedroom, tracing the embroidered canopy above her. The entire room felt like a stage set, beautiful, but not meant to be touched. A sound made her freeze. The faintest creak of the hallway floorboards. Then, silence. Lina held her breath. A shadow shifted under her door. Someone was standing there, listening. She counted to 100 before the shadow finally retreated. Only then did she notice the envelope slipped beneath her door. Inside, a single key, and a note in elegant script. Midnight. The East Library. Come alone. The grandfather clock struck 12 as Lina turned the key in the East Library door. Moonlight bled through the stained glass windows, painting the Persian rug in fractured blues and reds. The room smelled of leather-bound books and something sharper. Whiskey, maybe, or fear. Kavanagh stood by the fireplace, his silhouette carved from shadow. He didn't turn as she entered. You came. Lina gripped the key until its teeth bit into her palm. You knew I would. A log cracked in the hearth, sending up a shower of sparks. When he finally faced her, the firelight caught the silver in his hair and the gold in his eyes, turning him into something both beautiful and dangerous. I want to show you something. The painting was hidden behind a velvet drape. Kavanagh yanked the cord, revealing a portrait of a young woman with chestnut hair and a smile that looked eerily familiar. Lina's breath hitched. Who? My daughter. His voice was rough, as if the words scraped his throat raw. She died 5 years ago. Car accident. The resemblance was undeniable, the same stubborn chin, the same slight crook in the left eyebrow. Lina's reflection in the gilded frame might as well have been a ghost. You married me because I look like her. No. He stepped closer, close enough that she could see the pulse jumping in his throat. I married you because Eleanor was right. I needed someone young. Someone no one would miss. The admission hung between them, ugly and undeniable. Lina should have run. Screamed. Thrown the nearest priceless artifact at his head. Instead, she reached for the decanter on the side table and poured herself 2 fingers of bourbon. The burn steadied her. So what now? She asked. You keep me locked up here as your living memorial. Kavanagh's laugh was bitter. Hardly. The Van der Bilts didn't just kill my daughter. They covered it up. And tomorrow night, you're going to help me destroy them. He produced a manila folder. Inside, photos of a blonde woman laughing at a charity gala, a speeding ticket dismissed by a judge's order, a coroner's report with the word accidental crossed out in red ink. Lina traced the altered document. Why me? Because they'll underestimate you. His thumb brushed her wrist, right over the scar from a coffee pot burn. And because people like us, we remember what it costs to survive. Dawn was bleeding into the sky when Lina finally nodded. Kavanagh exhaled, a soft, almost human sound. Then he was all business again, rattling off instructions. The dress she'd wear, the mistake she mustn't make, the way she'd signal if things went wrong. Lina half listened, her attention caught by the portrait. The girl's eyes seemed to follow her, full of warnings she couldn't decipher. As Kavanagh turned to leave, she called after him. Her name. What was her name? A pause. Then, so quiet she almost missed it. Claire. The door clicked shut behind him, leaving Lina alone with the ghosts and the growing certainty that by this time tomorrow, she'd either be rich or dead.